Good morning, artists, and welcome back to Super Happy Art Adventure Times. Today, you guys are going to continue learning about radial design, which is a design based around a circle, and the design radiates out from the center of the work of art. So, for this next project, what you're going to do is you are going to be designing a pattern or a theme onto your piece of paper, and it's going to repeat around the central point of a square today. So you need to take a rectangular piece of paper and you need to turn it into a perfect square. So the way to do this is to hold your paper vertically, like so, and then to come from this upper corner, where my fingers are, and fold the paper down so it lines up with this edge of your paper. And notice how I'm working very carefully with the corner, okay, to make it line up. All right, and then once I've got it positioned the way I need it, okay, then I'm going to crease like so. Okay, now what I need to do is cut off this rectangle on the bottom. So I'm going to just use a marker and make a line so I know where to cut. So I'm going to cut this piece off. And so I folded my paper like this, and now I'm going to cut off that rectangle along the bottom. All right, and then I'm left with this. And when I open it up, my paper is a perfect square. So I'm going to put it back as a triangle. Okay, and now I'm going to fold the triangle in half. And feel free to pause the video if I'm going too fast. Okay, so now it's another slightly smaller triangle. So I had it like this, okay, and then I just simply folded the triangle in half. All right, now I'm going to take this triangle and I'm going to fold it in half again. So I just took it from this corner right here and I brought it over to meet it at this corner. Okay, and now you'll notice I have a small triangle. So within this triangular space, I'm going to come up with some sort of design or pattern from my head, or I could look up some themes of patterns and designs on the internet. But I'm going to draw from my head today using shapes like circles or squares, okay? Lots of different designs you could do. Okay, so I'm drawing on my triangle. I would recommend you draw with pencil first and then go over top of it with marker. Okay, I'm going to do this kind of shape, maybe something like this at the top. Okay, I could put something inside of that shape, some zigzag patterns. I could do, I'm really trying to fill the triangle, so you can see I still have some empty spaces over here. Circles. Okay, and once I've filled the triangle with my designs, do some lines here, and maybe one more in this big space at the top. Okay, now I've come up with a design or a pattern on my piece of paper. Okay, now it's time to take my artwork to the window to do some tracing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my piece of paper up all the way. Okay, I'm going to open it up all the way. And what the goal is that my design is going to repeat all the way around this central point. So I want the design to be in this triangle, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So it's radiating around a central point. So I need to take this to the window. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the window and I'm going to fold it in half, okay? And what I want to do is to trace the design that was on this side over onto this side. So the window is going to help me to do the tracing. So let's take a peek and head over to the window. Okay. So now that I'm at the window, okay, I'm going to put my work up against it. And you can see the design on the back side shows through. So now I'm going to trace, again, the design here. See, I'm tracing over top with marker. There we go, going right over top of the design work. You see? Carefully going over my lines with marker. All right, and then when I open my paper, now I can see the design is repeated from here to here. But as I said, I want to get it in all of the different sections. So let's try folding our paper in a different way. So I've opened it up, and now I'm going to fold it down like a rectangle. And you can see the design is going to show through here in this section. So now I'm going to come back to the window and I'm going to trace it again, but right here. You can see it's showing through. So let's do it again. Okay. So you can see I'm just going over top of my lines, okay? And I'm repeating the design again in this section. So I go like this with my lines. Okay. Just retracing the design that I've done, but I'm taking my time. Okay, and then when I open it up, now I've done it in 1, 2, 3 sections. So let's try again, reopening our paper, and now I'm going to fold it down again like a rectangle. Okay, and the design is showing through here in this section. I haven't done this one yet. So let's go to the window again. Retrace my design. And there we go. You can see it's coming. Okay. So it looks like I've got my design on most of this half of the paper. So let's see now if I fold it this way in half. Look at that. My design's going to show through on the rest of the sections that I need to fill. So I've got it here, 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 and here. So I'm going to come to the window, place my work up against it, and I'm going to keep tracing. Filling in the line, or coloring, not coloring, but tracing over top of the lines that are underneath. I'm going a little fast for the sake of the video, but you guys should really take your time when you're tracing. And if you need to, you can get someone to help you to kind of hold the piece of paper while you're doing your tracing work. Okay, that might be helpful to have, you know, an extra pair of hands. Or you could get a piece of tape. Okay, almost there, almost got the whole thing. There we go. Right over top of the lines. Okay, and when I open my artwork now, look at that. You can see the design has been repeating around this central point. This is a radial design. Now what I can do is I can add color to my work. I can start to color in the different shapes. Okay, or I could use paint. So this is what you're making today. Okay, you're learning more and more about radial design, and you're creating a design inside of this initial first triangle. And then you will take it to the window to trace. Don't forget to add color, and I can't wait to see the beautiful designs that you come up with.